It's Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning, and good news, the restraining order has finally been lifted.
Yes.
So Alexis is now allowed in the same room as her favorite hunky treasure hunters.
Yes.
They've been navigating high-stakes drama, sunken ships, making all of us wonder why our beach vacations are so lame in comparison. So please welcome the stars of the Netflix show Outer Banks, Chase Stokes, who plays John B., and Rudy Pankow, who plays JJ. Thanks for being here, guys.
Oh, they high-fived each other. I like
Wow.
Sorry about ruining your beach vacations. That wasn't.
That's all right.
That's the writer's fault.
We're cool with it.
We'll blame the
Take no
Cougs for that.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Damn it, Drew Starkey.
So now we're into season 4 of the show. I'm curious, when you guys were first starting to record this, did you have any idea that it was going to be such a big hit, or was it I don't know if people are actually going to watch this thing?
Absolutely. It
The second one?
It's the second one.
Oh,
The
okay.
second one.
Okay.
The second one. The second one was sort of like, is this going to work? And then by the end of it, we kind of looked at each other like, I think it's going to work.
Wow. That was just the first scene.
Well, it's such a fun show, and the acting is so good in it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So,
Even you guys.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, double high five.
That's the first compliment we got. All press tours.
Shit.
No,
Yeah.
it's true.
Thank you guys. We've been doing this for 2 months now. And nobody's even complimented us.
So it's clear that you guys have the whole cast has really good on-screen chemistry. That seems like it's kind of hard to find in your industry. Is there a secret to that? Do you do
Or do you
trust fall activities? How does that work?
Yeah, a lot of trust falls. No, I think truthfully, it's not just the formula of the show, but I think a lot of it had to do with the pandemic. We shot the first season and kind of going to what Rudy had talked about, where I personally, when I saw the audition and then I was shipped away to South Carolina, I was like, do TV shows actually shoot there? Is this BS? I feel like this is the last place where they shoot. But we shot it and we were so isolated there, and then the pandemic hit and we were all isolated again. And so I think just that natural community that was created, you get to know people so well. So I mean, for Rudy and I, we lived together. So
You guys are
Oh, you lived together
Yeah.
during shooting?
Yeah,
or?
so for the first
Okay.
season we lived together. So finding the comedic timing and really embodying these characters, I think, was sort of a product of you come home from work, we drove to work together, we talk about everything. I mean, it was 24/7, 7 days a week, Outer Banks for the first 2 years.
Immersed.
So, Rudy, who's the better roommate? You or Chase?
Uh-oh.
I mean, hands down me. That's
Okay. Who's better at dishes is what I want to know.
So that's the thing. Chase cooks. This is all during season 1. He would
Okay.
cook, and then I would do the dishes.
Okay.
We had a routine.
Yeah, we had a routine.
And what happened in season 4? You guys decided that was enough. Yeah, we have enough money now to get our own place.
After the pandemic, I guess we also hunkered down for the pandemic.
We did
too.
the pandemic together as well. And then I think after that moment, we were like, all right, we're going to set some boundaries.
Okay,
We are
after,
adults. We have to get away from the teenage
after
age.
COVID, gave each other COVID one time. It's like, no. Stop.
We're like,
Oh, we've all been
So
there.
now you're back out in public with the world again. So I'm assuming you guys probably have a pretty rabid fan base at this point.
Rabid meaning
Yeah,
her.
are you
In a good
kidding?
way.
No, it's not just
It makes me
Alexis.
seem crazy.
I was hunted down by our promotion staff yesterday, and they're all,
true.
20-year-olds, and they're like, "Oh my God, we heard they're going to be here. Is it okay if we come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can come say hi. That's fine. I think they're just normal guys, but."
I was curious, what is
Pretty
your
normal.
funniest crazed fan story? Do you have any where it's oh my God, somebody showed up in our hotel bathroom or followed you guys?
Are you making plans for later,
Yeah,
Jeff?
I'm free this weekend if you want. So I'm very sneaky.
I'll just be like, here you go.
How did he get
Here's a
in
room
here?
number. Whoa, weird. Another weird fan encounter.
There's 3 other radio jocks in the bathtub.
He's got the booze.
You have a weird one.
After the pandemic sort of subsided, I went to the Venice Film Festival, and that was one of the first times that I had ever been out in a setting that sort of, what's the appropriate way to say this? Sort of enabled fan interaction in a sense.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
Like with red
there's-
carpets, you mean? Or?
Yeah, well, before the red carpet, I mean, the thing that a lot of people don't know is if you're with a film, you get shipped in on a car to the red carpet. But if you're not, if you're just going to view, you have to actually walk through this sea of people. And I got really nervous because I saw that there was hundreds, if not 1,000 people out in this crowd. And they were like, it's fine. We have security. It's going to be great. Within 20 seconds of getting off of that into
Yeah.
the crowd, I had somebody pulling on the back of my head by my hair.
Oh.
And then another person had their finger in my mouth like a fish hook.
What?
Oh
Yanking
my
on my
gosh.
cheek.
Alexis, what were you doing?
You said I got restraining
That's
order.
I
where
will
you
say-
were. Okay, that's why I was like, I've seen that face before. Okay.
The order is cleared, everybody. I'm allowed to be here.
Well, congratulations, by the way.
Yeah.
I know, a long time coming.
Lift up your finger, Alexis. Let's see if the fish hooks.
That's the size. Yeah, that was the one.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude,
I think-
that's what that is like more invasive than I actually could imagine.
Yeah, I think
You got fish hooked. I did not.
Yeah.
You got
What about
fish
you,
hooked.
bro?
Yeah,
You
I
ever gotten fish hooked?
No, I'm actually hooking fish. I'm up in Alaska.
I mean, that's why they open a bait shop, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's we've come full circle back to Outer Banks, so it
Totally.
makes sense. You really relate to your character.
Yeah, we both kind of grew up on the water, so we were like, bait shop.
Bait shop.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
But there's pros and cons to that. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
obviously very drastic, but we also have a lot of people who, connected with the show during a very troubling time in society.
Yeah.
And it's been a beacon of hope, and it's been a lot of escapism. So I think there is the duality of both sides of that. You get
Right.
the fish hook, and then you also get people who are very thankful for giving them some freedom during non-freeing time.
It's just a fun show, which is like what we try to do here too, right? Like it's just fun. We just want people to smile and be happy and
Right.
feel better. But I want to know, like the Pogues and the Kooks, who are those real actual names that and slang that people use in South Carolina, and I'm just not aware of it.
Kook's a
is,
thing.
yeah.
Kooks is okay.
Kooks is a thing.
I think
but,
Pogues was a fictional term from our creator's brain, Jonas Pate. But no, like there's an Instagram page called Kook of the Day, which if you haven't been on it, it's incredible. It's been far, far longer on the world of social media than the show itself. But
Do you guys
Kook
use
is-
it for inspiration for the show?
Thank God, no. Like if you go on it and you see what happens to people on that, you would hope to never ever show up on that Instagram page.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, that's a definitely a term that has been used longer than the show.
I think
would
the
say.
Pogues go through something harder than what's on that page.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, the Pogues
Yeah.
are tough.
The Pogues are going through it.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you were saying, like you want to be happy all here, and just like the show, it's like the show gets pretty dark.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. That's true.
There's some falls that would end up on Kook
Yeah.
of the Day for sure.
Yeah.
You in particular.
Yeah. The Enduro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Does anybody ever wonder why everyone in the town is so beautiful? Like the Pogues and the Kooks. It feels like all the Uggos are out at the swamp. You know? Have you ever?
You're real for that?
Yeah. Take the compliment.
Yeah. Take one when we could get it, dude. We've been waiting for so
Like,
long.
holy cow, this is nice. This is refreshing.
I know. Good start to the morning. No, I think, get some good-looking people in this town.
Yeah, I mean, it's TV, it's
Yeah.
streaming. You're gonna
No,
get
I think
bodies.
it's real. I thought it was a
Yeah.
documentary.
I'm moving
Yeah.
there this month.
It's a
I'm not you guys.
Well, that's why they stick me in radio. I'm just saying,
Dude, I'm going to join you.
where you belong. Oh, you come join the show, dude.
Yeah.
Please.
It's awesome.
We do a lot of dating segments on our show, and I wonder, is it ever like tough for you guys in your industry jobs to like date? Like, do you ever wonder what people's motivations are? Or are they like, do you ever think like, oh, they're starstruck by the idea of going out with John B and JJ?
Yeah.
I think we're both pretty fortunate that we have kick-ass partners
I've
and
been in a
don't have to
relationship
worry
for
about
5
that.
years,
Yeah.
so it's,
Yeah.
You trust them?
I trust them completely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that's good. In 5 years, then obviously, kind of like right when all this stuff started, and they've been with you the whole time. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Good for you too. How long about you? Let me hear about all your relationships.
It'll be where do we start?
Yeah. How did it all begin?
No,
I don't think the boys know even who you're dating.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. No offense. Like I don't.
That's so okay. And that's so refreshing.
I promise.
Yeah, no, I've been with my girlfriend for almost 2 years. It's
great.
the
Wow.
lovely Kelsey Ballerini.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She's like
recognize
the
that.
hottest
Yeah.
thing in
Okay.
country
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Just announced her arena tour yesterday.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
shout out to her.
So do you has Taylor Swift called you too as
Yeah.
a couple who's making it work on music and television and
No, I mean
you've
Travis
given
and,
them-
and Taylor are great, and they've got it figured out on like such a high level.
They seem so fun.
Yeah, Travis is a riot. We've hung out a few times and,
Bro,
and
now
had
I'm
a few drinks.
Now
But
imagine you, Travis,
Yeah.
Kelsey, and DK. Can we swap lives
Well,
one day?
yeah, listen, it's not as I literally have been on more planes than I'd like to
Oh,
admit
that's
to in the last couple
true.
days.
That's
so
true. Yeah, and you're
don't
doing
get-
an interview right now. So.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I've
Lot of
got
work.
makeup on so it doesn't look like the bags on my head. But yeah, no, it's just it's cool because she understands it, you know.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, I
in that
bet.
space too. So it's sort of like a Venn diagram of life. Like I don't know anything about music, but now I do.
Yeah.
And she didn't know anything about, our world, and,
Yeah.
and so now she does, and there's a beautiful sort of
That's really
crossover
cool.
in that.
Do you ever like get like worried about singing along in the car with her sitting there? You know, like, oh, she's gonna judge me because
first,
my voice
yeah.
is terrible.
Well, I actually.
Because you sang a little bit, didn't you? Weren't you some musician? Like you have musical
Play
background?
guitar. I was gonna say.
Doesn't he
you're
really?
selling
We all,
yourself short.
I mean, we all jam. Like we all play instruments, and that's been something we've done on set since the very beginning.
I
Actually,
will
we found
say,
a
like,
guitar
the difference between me singing in the car and now Kelsey singing in the car, there is a little bit of a difference.
yeah, Rudy and I would get down on our way to work, and now I definitely
Yeah.
try to just attempt to harmonize.
Wait.
Humble in the back.
Yeah.
What song are you getting down to on the way to work?
Oh, that's a good
Ooh,
question.
you know the one.
Go for it.
I mean, well, now you're putting me on the spot.
Can we
'cause,
get a duet?
But
Oh, yeah.
Are we gonna
one,
snap?
two, three. No, I think.
It feels like we're in a car.
Oh, man.
Get it together.
Gotta bring it back down to earth. That's the way it goes. Welcome to Hollywood. baby.
Oh man.
I'm trying to remember honestly, like the one that is the do 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 do.
Oh, the Bahamas.
The Bahamas.
Yeah. Way with words. Like we would always try to. I mean, you start so early with film and TV, so our call times would be like 5 a.m. So you never want to get way too high too early, because then you just crash in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of lo-fi, a lot of like fun acoustic stuff. But the Bahamas were kind of like the soundtrack of season 1.
Rudy, are you making notes
Yeah,
over there?
I honestly I can't remember the name of the band.
Oh, so you're
I was like,
reminding
I gotta remember.
Oh, you got
Oh,
to
okay.
Yeah.
I was writing down
I
songs
don't even know
next.
how he got the Sharpie, but
Always
Are you
ready.
hoping to get our autograph later? Is that why you brought a Sharpie with you?
No, I stole it from this.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That's fine.
Oh, we all steal from him.
Yeah, you can literally steal
Poor
his wallet. We don't
Ashton.
care.
I mean, we'll get there.
Yeah.
That being very in character.
We'll do the mugging after the interview.
Yeah.
Got it.
By the way, if you're just joining us, we're talking in studio with the stars of the hit Netflix show Outer Banks, Chase Stokes and Rudy Pankow.
Yeah.
And we're in season 4, like we said before. As far as the series goes, how long do you guys see this going, like hunting for treasure? Do you see this going to like season 57? You guys are 70 years old riding around in rascal scooters chasing down treasure?
There's only so much treasure in the world now, is it? But you can now. Let's get a little symbolical here. You can make a treasure anything, right?
the treasure.
Oh, that's
of
why you're-
You guys are
friendship.
staring into each other's eyes.
look
when
at
you
that.
say
Look at
that.
that.
Oh.
5 years of it. I love
Longest
it.
relationship
I'm
you've had.
imagining, though, you guys should hit down the Mariana Trench, scuba diving suits, underwater, 6 miles.
We gotta pitch it.
Yeah. They,
Yeah.
how do you show
got
off
some
that
work
great
to do.
hair underwater?
Oh,
I mean, it's
yeah,
just,
that's
the
true.
producers are not going to go for that. I'm
called
sorry.
CGI.
People that can't see
Yeah.
Let it flow underwater.
When you guys finally met back up to film season 4, did you do part 1 and part 2 at the same time, or you guys still have to?
Yeah, we filmed all the way through. So it took us actually an
strike.
entire year. We did have the strike, so
Strike.
that-
Duh.
but it took us a full calendar year to
A full
finish
year.
the season. It was
Okay.
a
Wow.
massive season.
Wow.
Traveled overseas. We shot in Morocco for 2 months. So yeah, this one is a monster of a season. But Netflix, the way that they usually do it is they film it all together.
Yeah.
And then they release it in 2 parts.
Okay.
Don't ask me why.
That's what I
'cause
figured.
I don't think anybody really knows.
No,
Yeah.
no one knows.
I mean, they left us hanging after part 1,
Literally.
so I guess that's the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
it's
that's
for.
so
Yeah.
That's how
Don't
TV
watch-
works.
That's the drum roll. The drum roll. Yeah.
Do you have like a secret link that you can send to your like mom so that she can watch the whole thing, or does she have to watch with the rest of us?
I wouldn't give my mom. Yeah, I wouldn't give my mom.
You don't trust your mom?
No.
Yeah, she would leak the information. She'd be on Facebook.
good.
Well, my Rudy.
Calls up teams. How much you want for this?
Wait till you see what JJ does.
She'd make a buck out of it somehow. No, she would. She would. She does have the
No, there actually is like I think it's like password protected, and then they can also tell where you log in. And I learned that the hard way.
Okay. Oh, you did. You
They're
get
like,
bested.
somebody logged into your Netflix account from Orlando, Florida. Who would that be? And I was like, it's my mom. And they were like, we're going to shut this down and give you a new password. You can't do that.
I hope she got all the episodes in one night then.
Well, probably not. No, She's like, oh, okay, he's employed. Good.
Yeah.
Were your parents worried about, when you guys graduate high school and you're like, no, we're going to be actors? How'd that conversation go?
It it was the gap year thing where you say,
Okay.
I'm gonna take a gap year.
You
And
tricked
then,
him.
but then it's also about money. You're like, I'm gonna go into debt in a degree that I probably won't want in the next
Okay.
5 years. And now also they listen to that.
They do.
Kids, if you're listening, that's the best way to do it.
Gap year and a money.
Credit card loans with high interest rates is the best way to be an actor. Yeah.
Yeah, the higher the interest rate, the more chance you have of making it.
Yeah.
It's math. It's math. It's not art. It's math.
Oh man, that's awesome. You two have been awesome.
Yeah, thank you
man.
guys for being with us this
Yeah.
morning. You can go check out this interview on our podcast at Brooke and Jeffrey if you want to catch the whole thing. And make sure you watch Outer Banks Season 4, Part 1 on
that new
Netflix.
streaming service, Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. You
Yeah.
may have heard
Little
about it. It's
tiny-
streaming
Yeah.
right now. Thank you for being with us, guys.
Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
having us, y'all.
Yeah, and don't miss the video. You can watch the whole video of our interview as
Yeah.
well on our YouTube
You can
page.
see their hair is perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
official.
Oh,
It's a wig.
we got